They actually thought they could get away with it. They really, truly believed that if they just pulled the plug on the electronic market last Friday, if they just halted everything, that you wouldn't notice. They thought if they painted the tape showed you some fake numbers on a screen, that you would unrealize the terrifying truth staring everyone in the face. The vaults are empty. I mean, completely empty. But, here's the thing they forgot. It's a simple rule, really. You can lie about a lot of things. You can lie about the price of a contract on a piece of paper. You can lie about numbers in a ledger, but you cannot lie about the production of a microchip. You can't fake the physical reality of what it takes to build the modern world. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, the game. It is over. It is done. Let me paint a picture for you of what happened while you were sleeping last night, while the rest of the world was, distracted by the Sunday football games. Drinking their beer, not paying attention, something massive happened. A private Gulfstream G650 jet touched down. And it didn't land in New York, and it didn't land in London. It touched down at the General Leopoldo C. Ruiz International Airport in Zacatecas, Mexico. Now, you might be asking, why does that matter? Who cares about a plane in Mexico? Well, you have to understand, Zacatecas isn't exactly a tourist hotspot. You don't go there for the beaches. Zacatecas is the beating heart of the Fresno Silver Belt. That is where the metal comes from. That is the source. And the people on that plane, they weren't tourists. They weren't there to see the sights. And they certainly weren't bankers pushing paper around. According to a leak I got literally 4 hours ago from a source deep in logistics, a guy who has never, ever been wrong. Those men getting off that plane were senior procurement executives from Samsung Electronics. I need you to really, let that sink in for a second. Do you understand what is actually happening here? Samsung isn't just some small company. They are the second largest consumer of industrial silver on the entire planet. They need this stuff. They don't just want it. They need it for your smartphones. They need it for those new solid-state EV batteries everyone talks about. They need it for the AI chips that are literally running the world right now. Normally, a company like Samsung, they don't get their hands dirty. They buy their silver from the London bullion market like civilized businessmen. They place a nice little order, they pay a fee, and an armored truck delivers the bars to their warehouse. Easy, right? That's how it's supposed to work. But not this morning, not on a Sunday, instead of placing a phone call. They flew halfway across the world to stand in the dust at the gate of a Mexican mine and basically beg for metal. They are standing there with a checkbook in hand, bypassing the entire system. This is it. This is the signal we have been waiting for all these years. This is the Project Blue Wire leak coming to life. It confirms everything we suspected. It's that glitch we saw in the charts on Friday. That wasn't a computer error. It wasn't some clumsy IT guy spilling coffee on a server. It was a default. The London vaults failed to deliver. The inventory that the COMEX claims to have, it's not there. Doesn't exist. And see, the big guys, Samsung, they know this. That is exactly why they are in Mexico right now. They are bypassing the entire broken financial system. They are going straight to the source with a checkbook that practically has no limit. And here's the part that should make your blood run absolutely cold if you are short this market. We are hearing credible reports that Samsung is offering $78 an ounce. Look at your screen. Go ahead, look at it. The price on your screen probably says $63.80, right? That's what the TV tells you silver is worth. But the price Samsung is paying right now, standing in the dirt of Mexico, is $78. So we have to face facts. There are two prices now. There is the fake price for you, the little retail investor, which is designed to make you panic, to make you scared, to make you sell your coins. And then there is the real price for the industrial giants who are panic buying everything that is UN bolted to the floor. This is exactly what happened with uranium back in 2007. It says the same playbook as palladium in 2019. The physical users, the people who actually need the stuff to build things, they realized the paper market was a fraud. They realized the price on the screen meant nothing if you couldn't get delivery, so they broke it. They went around it. I'm telling you, Monday morning is going to be a massacre. I mean, a total bloodbath for the shorts. Samsung secures that metal in Mexico, ... And we think they will. That is 20 million ounces that will never, ever hit the open market. It's gone. Poof! Absorbed into the belly of the beast. And they aren't the only ones doing this. We have confirmation, solid confirmation, that Tesla has paused their just-in-time delivery contracts. Why would they do that? Because you can't have just-in-time delivery when there is none left in time. The supply chain has snapped. It's broken. But wait, hold on, because it gets worse. It gets so much worse. The reason Samsung is panicking, ... the reason they are running around Mexico, ... isn't just because the COMEX is empty. It's because of what China did 6 hours ago. You need to hear this. You really need to understand this, because this right here, this is the smoking gun. For months, the mainstream media, they've been doing a great job distracting you. They've been talking about inflation, data, Fed minutes, interest rates, just dangling keys in front of your face like you're a baby. Meanwhile, the house is being robbed behind your back. The reason those Samsung executives are scrambling in the Mexican desert right now is just low inventory in New York. It's because the world's factory just locked its doors. I have received confirmation from 2 independent sources in the Shanghai Free Trade Zone at approximately 4 a.m. Quote, time while New York was patting itself on the back, celebrating their market pause, the People's Bank of China issued a silent directive to the Shanghai Gold Exchange. Now, this wasn't a press release. You didn't see this on the news ticker. CNN didn't report it. It was a window guidance order. And the order is simple. 0 export tolerance. Effective immediately. No silver bars with a purity of 999 or higher are allowed to leave Chinese ports. Do you grasp the magnitude of this? Do you understand what this means? China is the largest refiner of silver in the world. They process the ore from South America, from Africa, from Australia. They are the ones who turn the dirty rocks into the industrial bars that the rest of the world relies on. For the last 20 years, the West has been perfectly happy to let China do the dirty work. We send them the rock, they send us the shiny bars. It worked fine, but today, the rock went in, but the bars aren't coming out. Why? Why would they do this? Why now? Because China isn't playing a financial game anymore. They are playing a resource war. They know the truth. They know that whoever controls the silver controls the energy transition. They are building 450 gigawatts of solar capacity this year alone. They need every single ounce of silver they refine just to keep their own lights on. They don't have enough to share with us. They looked at the COMEX glitch on Friday. They saw the Western banks struggling to find metal, and they basically said, good luck. They just pulled 40% of the global refined silver supply off the market in a single night. Just like that. Gone. This is the nightmare scenario. This is the absolute worst-case scenario for companies like Apple, Tesla, and yes, Samsung. They rely on that Chinese supply chain. Without it, their factories in Vietnam and Korea. They grind to a halt in less than 3 weeks. That is why Samsung is in Mexico. They aren't trying to make a profit. They are trying to replace the Chinese supply that just vanished. They are fighting for their survival and the market. The market knows it. Just look at the spread. Look at the Shanghai premium. Usually, silver trades at roughly the same price everywhere. It's a global market, right? If it's cheaper in New York, a trader buys it there and sells it in Shanghai to make a quick profit. That's called arbitrage. It keeps the prices locked together. But right now, the whole thing is broken. Silver in Shanghai is trading at the equivalent of $74.50. Silver in New York is stuck at a fake price of $63.80. That is an $11 spread. In the financial world, that shouldn't exist. That is impossible. That is like seeing gravity work in London, but seeing people float in New York. So why isn't the arbitrage closing the gap? Why aren't traders buying the cheap American silver to sell to China? Because, there is no cheap American silver. The arbitrage is broken because you cannot get delivery. You cannot buy the metal in New York to ship it. The banks will give you cash. They will give you a settlement, but they will not give you the bar. The $63.80 price is a lie. It is a ghost. It is a museum exhibit of a price that used to exist. It's a $74.50 price in Shanghai. That is the floor. That is the price of physical reality. And Samsung paying $78 in Mexico. That's the panic price. So think about it. We have a three-tiered market now. We have the fantasy COMEX paper price at $63.80. We have the reality Shanghai physical price at $74.50. And we have the emergency direct-to-mine price at $1.78. Which price do you think your local dealer is going to use when they open the doors tomorrow morning? Do you think they are going to sell you a Silver Eagle for $65 when Samsung is paying $78 for raw industrial bars? Not a chance. The dealers are not stupid people. They are watching the same flight trackers I am. They are seeing the same leaks from Shanghai. I checked the wholesale networks like 10 minutes ago. The asked price the price dealers pay to restock, it's gone. Quote, the wholesalers aren't even giving a price anymore. They are waiting for Monday. They are hoarding the metal because they know that tomorrow, that $63 price tag is going to be incinerated. And who is the victim here? Who is the one trapped in the middle of this giant geopolitical vice? It's the short sellers, the bullion banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America. They are sitting on massive short positions. They bet billions of dollars that silver would fall. They need to buy silver back to cover those bets. But who are they going to buy from? China is closed. Mexico is bought by Samsung. The COMEX vaults are empty. They are trapped in a burning room with no doors. When the market opens on Monday, they have only one option left. They have to bid. They have to bid against Samsung. They have to bid against the Chinese Communist Party. They have to bid against you. This isn't just a trading opportunity, folks. This is a liquidation event. The banks are about to lose control of the one asset they have suppressed for 50 years. And there is one final piece to this puzzle. A piece that nobody seems to be talking about because it's happening in the shadows of the Middle East. If you think the Shanghai premium is bad, wait until you hear what is happening in the back alleys of the Dubai financial district. Right now, Dubai is the gray market of the world. It's where the real physical deals happen when the Western exchanges are closed for the weekend. Usually on a Sunday, it's business as usual there. Millions of dollars flow through the gold souk. But today, its flow has stopped. I'm getting reports from multiple sources on the ground traders I have known for years. Guys who never panic hand, they are all telling me the same thing. The ask is gone. One major wholesaler allegedly sent a broadcast message to his entire network this morning. Said, stop selling 1,000 ounces bars, gone, $69 bid, no offer. Do you understand what no offer means in trader speak? It means that even if you walked into a shop in Dubai right now with a suitcase full of cash, it's offering $6,970, even $75 an ounce. They would not sell to you. The sellers have gone on strike. Why? Because they aren't stupid. They know what Samsung is doing in Mexico. They see the same reports we do about the Chinese export ban. They know that the first dealer to sell his silver at Friday's closing price of $63.80 is going to be bankrupt by Monday lunch. So they are hoarding it. They are sitting on their inventory. They are effectively telling the paper market your price is fake. And until you pay us the real price, the vault door stays shut. This is a global vote of no confidence in the COMEX. And here is the rumor that is truly terrifying the sovereign wealth funds. We are hearing chatter unconfirmed, but persistent that a silent bank run has started on the allocated storage accounts in Zurich and Dubai. Wealthy investors, the kind of people who own islands. not ETFSR, apparently contacting their vault operators and demanding to physically inspect their metal. Or worse, they are demanding to take it home. Why? Because of the glitch. When the market froze on Friday, it sent a shockwave of distrust through the ultra-wealthy. They realized that if the exchange can pause the price, they might pause withdrawals next. So they are pulling their metal out now, on a Sunday. This creates a supply shock on top of a demand shock. Think about the demand side. Samsung and big tech are panic buying at the mine. Think about the supply side. China has restricted exports. Think about the inventory. The rich are taking their silver out of the system. There's nothing left. There is nothing left for the banks to cover their shorts with. And that brings us to the most dangerous 12 hours of your life as an investor. The banks JP Morgan, Bank of America, HSBC are staring at a mathematical impossibility. They are short hundreds of millions of ounces, expected to cover those shorts by inducing a panic sell-off on Friday. They thought the glitch in the margin hike would scare you into selling your physical silver back to them. But you didn't sell, did you? The dealers in Dubai aren't selling. Samsung isn't selling. They're buying more. So now the banks have to cover their shorts in a market with zero liquidity. When the Asian markets open in a few hours Sunday night U.S. time, the trading algorithm is going to look for sellers. It will find none. It will bid $64. No sellers. It will bid $65. No sellers. It will bid $70. And that is when the gap up happens. The price will teleport. It will skip numbers. It might open at $75. If you are sitting there with cash waiting for a pullback to $60, you are delusional. That world ended on Friday at 2:14 p.m. We are entering the Unobtainium Phase. I checked the websites of major U.S. dealers 10 minutes ago. Some have actually removed the buy button for Silver Eagles. Others have added warnings about shipping delays. They are protecting themselves. And if the dealers are scared to sell, you should be terrified to be holding cash. This isn't just about a weekend squeeze. This is about the next 10 years. Samsung isn't buying silver to speculate. They are buying it because their new solid-state batteries need it. Solar panels need it. The missiles being built in Raytheon factories need it. The world runs on silver. And the world just realized it doesn't have enough. The paper's silver era where bankers could suppress the price by printing unlimited contracts died this weekend. It was killed by a procurement manager from Samsung landing in Mexico, and the realization that the physical metal is gone. Real supply and demand has finally arrived, and it is vengeful. So what do you do right now? What is your move? The Samsung jets are on the ground in Mexico. The vaults in Shanghai are locked. The dealers in Dubai have walked away from the table. The board is set. The pieces are moving. And for the first time in 40 years, you are holding the winning hand. But having the winning hand doesn't matter if you fold before the river card is dealt. The banks know they are cornered. And a cornered animal is the most dangerous thing in nature. They have one weapon left. It isn't money. They are out of real money. It isn't metal. They are out of metal. Their final weapon is psychology. Between now and Monday morning, you're going to see a level of propaganda that will make your head spin. They will release analyst reports saying silver is in a bubble. They might even try to smash the paper price one last time during the thin Asian trading hours tonight. They might flash the price down to $60 for 10 minutes just to trigger your stop losses, just to shake the tree one last time. Do not fall for it. If you see a red candle tonight, you laugh. You laugh because you know that price is a ghost. You know that Samsung isn't looking at the red candle. They are writing a check for $78. We are entering the Unobtainium Phase. Think about what that means. For your entire life, you have been able to trade paper currency for real assets whenever you wanted. You earned dollars, you bought gold. You earned euros, you bought silver. That window is closing. We're moving into a world where your currency is no longer valid for the purchase of strategic resources. You can have $1 million in the bank, but if the dealer has no inventory, you are poor. Samsung understands this. That's why they are bypassing the market. China understands this. That's why they banned exports. The only people who do want to understand this are the retail investors who are still worried about resistance lines on a chart. This isn't a chart pattern. This is a supply collapse. Listen to me closely. The reason you stacked silver wasn't to make a 20% profit in fiat currency. You did unstack to trade your real money back for their fake money the moment it went up a little bit. You stacked for this moment. You stacked for the moment when the music stopped. You stacked for the moment when the supply chains broke. You stacked because you knew, deep down, that the math didn't add up. That they couldn't print prosperity forever. Well, the math just broke. The debt clock just ran out of time. Tomorrow morning, the world is going to wake up and realize that the cheap silver they've built their modern lives on, the silver in their phones, their cars, their missiles, is gone. And the only people holding it are us. The banks want you to be scared. They want you to think this is a crisis. It's not a crisis for you. This is a crisis for them. This is their default. This is their failure. This is their panic for you. This is vindication. So tonight, sleep soundly. Let the bankers pace their floors in London and New York. Let the algorithms burn out trying to find sellers who don't exist. If you have the metal, you have the power. Hold the line. Do not waver. And if you see a gap up tomorrow, do not sell. Smile, because it's just the beginning. I will see you on the battlefield at market open.